Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome back to the Workbench. This is Dan as always, and in this video we're going to be reviewing another new product that's just come to the market. It is the ScaleTrains carbon black covered hoppers. I have two examples here, the 5750 and the 4727 cubic foot covered hoppers, both in modern paint schemes, as you'll see. I'm only going to be reviewing these two cars, but ScaleTrains has offered several different variations of those kinds of cars, including a 70s and I think a late 69 version, so they pretty much have most of these prototypes covered, so they should have a car that'll fit your road specific needs. So anyway, I'll be reviewing these two, and again, this is a product that has been asked for quite a bit in the hobby, and it's just come out from ScaleTrains. I'm very excited about it myself. I've wanted to see these cars done for years, so I'm really excited about this one. We'll do a live unboxing, so if there's anything out of the box, if there's a detail part missing, if there's something broken, glue residue, something like that, you'll see it live just as I will. So no cover-ups, anything like that. It'll be a straight, honest review, is like I like to call them. So we'll just get right into this, guys. So starting with the CCX859 up top here, as you can see, it's the typical ScaleTrains rivet counter packaging, and we have the exploded diagram on the back identifying the car, and then a nice little diagram of the car itself here and the road you're getting, and then the road and all the other specific details for the car itself, which is nice. And as you can see, we'll go ahead and unbox this real fast. We have a nice bit of plastic keeping the car safe, and then some packaging as well. And then on the bottom here we have the diagram, and this is just your parts diagram for separate parts, and then it has a little bit of history, everything like that on this manual here. So we'll go ahead and set that aside. Taking the car out of the box, you can see it pretty much out of the box. I don't see any missing details or anything, but as we look over it, I'll examine. I don't see any missing parts in the box either, so that's a good sign. So that's the first one. The second one here, do the same. Looks fine. No missing parts in the box. That's good. And just like before, this also has the parts diagram and everything as well in the packaging. So the first car we'll be reviewing, and this is the first one we've opened up here, and it is the CCX859. So we'll get up close in detail, and I'll go over the car with you guys. So as we get up close to the model, you can see we have a wealth of detail on this car. Starting at the base of the model, we have these nicely detailed trucks, accurate for the prototype. We have the realistic stenciling. Great detail. We have operating rotating bearing caps on the wheels, and then we have the correct size metal wheels for the prototype. We have an excellent bit of separately applied details on the bays, including the airlines, everything else. We have sampling spigots up on the side of the car, the correct number of ribs. We have some very, very nice rivet details, and then we have separately applied grab irons, stirrups, ladders. And then looking at the paint quality, as I kind of look at the side here, you can see it's very, very thin, and then the print quality as well is extremely well done. It's very, very fine. Everything is eligible with magnification, and it's very, very clean and crisp. Very, very nice. And then as we look at the top of this car here, you can see we have the correct number of hatches per prototype. The hatches are very, very well done. They have a nice bit of depth, including, you can see all of the bolt details. Very nicely done on that. We have a little valve at the top here, and then we have the roof walk, which is a photo etch piece mounted on very, very fine brackets, and then we have two grab irons, separately applied grab irons at the top as well. On the ends, we have a wealth of details. We have all of the very, very fine walkway details, all the ladders, the end cages. We have a separately applied coupler bar, bracket. We have an air hose. We have a ScaleTrains knuckle coupler, and then we have all of the air pipes and fittings for specifically for this car. And then pretty much the same on this end. On this one we have the brake wheel, which is very, very nicely done. We have some very nice chain detail, and again just another nice little bit of detail representing the valves, the air hoses, and all of the nice fine detailed walkways, including the photo etch platforms here at the ends. Very nice, very nice. So as we look at the bottom of the car here, you guys can see we have an excellent bit of piping detail, including all the airlines and all the separate piping, including, I mean, look at the brake reservoir and everything else here, all the brake system components. Just a wealth of details here. You guys can see that. Absolutely outstanding. And again, on this side, you can see the paint quality and everything is just really very, very nice. So I've taken the time to pull up prototype photos of this particular car, and as you can see, as of recently of 2015, it's been freshly repainted, and everything looks very, very good according to the photos. Everything's matching up just fine on the car. Everything is right where it should be, including the safety striping, which some companies will miss. If they put safety striping on the cars, sometimes they'll mess up the printing, and maybe they'll be in the wrong location. I found that a lot with Genesis models in particular. But ScaleTrains, as you can see, has done an excellent job with the paint quality and the printing. Everything is right where it should be, and I have no problems with it. It's very, very nice. So a quick check on my KD coupler height gauge matched pretty nicely with the couplers on the model. I didn't have any problems with them, no coupler height issues. I know some people have complained about the ScaleTrains cars in the past, and their locomotives as well, having coupler height issues. And this is a common problem with most manufacturers, but this car checked out just fine. That being said, I will be changing the couplers on this anyway, and that's not cutting down the ScaleTrains couplers, but I myself, I want to keep my coupler brand consistent. I've been switching to KD couplers for pretty much all of my rolling stock, so I will be changing to this car to KD couplers. That's not cutting down the ScaleTrains couplers, that's just me keeping my brand of coupler consistent. But overall, right out of the box, the ScaleTrains couplers match the coupler height just fine. Okay, so we'll now look at the DCBX prototype, which is an entirely different car, the 4727 cubic foot covered hopper. And this one is a bit more of a modern car, so we'll go ahead and examine this real fast. Looking at the base of the car, again, we have an excellent bit of detail on the car, from separately applied brake rigging, all kinds of nice little details like the separately applied spigot and sampling spigots here. Again, we have excellent detail on the trucks. Very, very fine detail on trucks. Rotating bearing, the rotating bearing caps on the wheels. We have the very, very nice raised lettering, on the truck frames themselves. Very, very nice touch. A lot of companies miss that, and ScaleTrains takes the time to do that just right on their trucks. It looks very, very nice. We have a wealth of nice details for the end cages, all the separately applied parts that are very, very finely detailed, as you can see. Very, very nice. Again, the paint quality on this car is very, very clean. It's very, very flat and clean. The printing, again, is very, very nice. It looks very nice. And then looking at the top of the car, you can see we have the correct number of hatches, again with some very, very nice details. We have the little valve here on the top, and then we have the separately applied roof walk with the separately applied grab irons, and then all the separate walkway supports that are very, very finely done. On the ends, we have a nice little bit of detail, as you can see. Wealth of nice details for the end cages. I mean, very, very fine end cages. These are probably some of the finest I've seen on any model. It's absolutely outstanding. The printing, again, very, very clean and crisp. We have a wealth of details. The photo etch platform here. Very narrow, accurate style of coupler box there. It's very, very close to the prototype. Absolutely an outstanding job on that. We have the separately applied air hose, coupler lift bar, and ScaleTrains knuckle coupler. And on the opposite end of the car, we have the same with the addition of the brake wheel and mechanism, fine details on the chain, and again the nice see-through walkway platform, and just a wealth of nice details on the interior of the end cages. Very nice. Looking at the bottom of the car again, you guys can see it, just a wealth of nice printing and all kinds of details. You can see all the separately applied railings, the air lines for the car as well. Just a wealth of nice details. Very, very beautiful. Now again, in comparison to prototype photos looking at this car, everything seems to be where it should. This car does not have the safety stripes in this photo as of 2011, but ScaleTrains has went ahead and put the safety stripes on this car. But looking at the printing, I did notice something that I will go ahead and point out here very, very fast. Everything is right where it should be. However, I looked at this panel here, and as you can see, I know it's very hard to see, but you can see some additional stenciling here and some more decals. And on the model, we do not have that on this panel here. It's not there at all. So that's something that kind of caught my eye that I'm a little disappointed about. I know that's very, very nitpicky, but it's something I did notice as I was examining this, and I figure I probably should put out And I know cars like this obviously do change over time. Stencils get removed, stencils get updated. So this could just be something that maybe got changed that isn't on the car when they were looking at the photos to model this particular car at this particular time frame. So that's just something I like. Again, you know, I'll take with a grain of salt. I know it's being nitpicky again, but it's just something again that I'll point out. But overall, everything matches just fine with the car. Now, as I took this car into my height gauge, I examined everything very closely and found that the coupler on this end, which is the end with the brake wheel, I believe it's called the A end of the car, this coupler here was a bit high according to the gauge. This coupler, on the other hand, was fine. It was just this one. And this could be something that might change between cars. Some cars might have coupler height issues, some might be fine. Others might have one coupler, you know, slightly mismatched than the other. It's a common problem in the hobby, and it is a quick remedy. Either adding shims, you can adjust the height of the car. In the case of this car, though, like I said, I will be changing these cars to Katy couplers. So this might be something where I'll probably be able to fix just by changing the couplers. But again, it's something that I'll point out if you're planning on keeping the couplers right out of the box. Some of these might have this issue, but I'm just pointing this out with my particular car. It did have a coupler height issue, but only on the one coupler. So as you can see, ScaleTrains has done an outstanding job on these cars. The quality of the detailing, the painting, the printing, everything is absolutely outstanding. They couldn't have done a better job on these cars. Now obviously this one in the back did have some issues with coupler height, and maybe there was a lack of printing, but that's getting a bit nitpicky. But honestly, those are things that you can fix relatively easily. The printing especially, that can be, you know, you can kind of slide that off. Especially these days, like I said, a lot of cars get changed around a little bit, so that's something I can let slide as well. So overall, I'm very, very happy with these models. ScaleTrains has done an amazing job on them. I'm very happy with them. Alright guys, so that'll pretty much conclude this product review. Like I said, I'm very happy with these cars, and I will definitely be getting more. They're absolutely gorgeous prototypes. I'm very happy to have these on the market now. But again, that'll pretty much wrap up this product review. You guys can stay tuned for more. In the meantime, you can follow me on my Facebook page, Dan's Custom Trains. I'm always posting pictures of certain projects I'm working on and other projects for other people as I get them. You can also follow me on Instagram. CoolHandDan05 is my tag. It's all lowercase. And I post all my pictures of projects and certain things like that on there, so you guys can always follow my work on all my social media. And again, subscribe here on YouTube for more content. I'm always posting how-tos, product reviews like this as new products come into the market, just to give my 2 cents on them as they come out. And of course, I'm always posting update videos and stuff like that as well, so you guys can stay tuned for all the latest on my channel as well. So until next time, guys, thanks for watching. Take it easy.